Wild, wild, wild. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Tea with Lev and Dean. Coincidentally, I have my tea. What are we doing? David's tea today. It's a nice chai rooibos. That's what I have.
Yeah, my
Chai
tea, my green
rooibos.
tea.
Oh, you got the green tea going. Lev
I
Parnas,
got
Dean Blundell. Please hit that little chyron at the top. Hit those hearts. We're in Greenland.
Dawn, Christy,
Sorry,
Karen.
we're in Denmark. We're I don't even know where I am. Where am I? No, I'm in Greenland. We've got Lev in Miami. We're going to bring in the resistance today. We had just an amazing day. We're going to crack open a couple of stories. I know nothing about Don Lemon's arrest, by the way. Like I'm
Yeah,
literally on this.
I know. Well,
I know nothing about that. It's crazy to me.
we
Crazy.
got a lot of crazy stuff going on. We're gonna fill you in as we fill in our subscribers. So while everybody's jumping in here, happy Saturday. Good morning, everyone. Susan, Winterfresh. I don't know why your notifications come so long. I try to send an email out even so this way you guys get it quicker, but I hope. The plan is like this, folks, today, because Dean is in Greenland. They got some incredible stuff happening behind the scenes, just like he has no idea what's going on here around here, because we have a lot of breaking stuff. We're going to bring Dean up to speed. We don't know what's going on in Greenland, Denmark, Europe, because the media just stopped after telling us anything that's going on. So Dean and the Save America guys, Malcolm, our brother Malcolm, also Denver Riggleman.
He's coming here tomorrow. Malcolm's coming here tomorrow. I think he's taking Congressman Denver Riggleman's loft tomorrow night. Riggs, is that okay with you? Malcolm Nance can have your spot.
Hey, tell Riggs to come say hi to everybody. Yeah. Come say what? Come say a special special appearance.
This is how we do stuff. He was on with Acosta last night. He looked so serious, but we just take it easy. Riggs,
so that's Denver Riggleman right there, Congressman Riggleman, our man.
Hey, wait! I'm going to bring another person over. Come here.
Who we got?
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Congressman Denver Riggleman. The Ken Harbaugh, ladies and gentlemen.
Ken. The whole family's there.
Not roommates. We're not roommates. Follow Denver Riggleman right here. Do it right now. Everybody run.
Right now.
Follow
and Ken Harbaugh.
Kenny Harbaugh.
That Kenny Harbaugh.
The movement right here. Follow
absolutely.
them.
Steve Schmidt, the fellas.
Schmitty.
Absolutely.
Schmitty. Yeah, they're going to be live. We got to cut it early today because Schmitty's got a Save America Movement podcast, and I believe Harbaugh is on with him this evening. So it's going to be, this is the hub. This is where it all happens, dude.
I love it, man.
This is downtown Copenhagen, and the day was incredible. I'm sure we'll get to it. But what else are we dealing with? We got Don Lemon today.
We got Don Lemon.
Trump suing himself. Michael Cohen. Are we dealing with Cohen today?
Oh, yeah, definitely dealing with Cohen. Cohen just actually blocked me, blocked a lot of people, and actually just had a live, and he invited Brian Karam, some investigative journalist that's supposedly here on Substack, to talk about. So I have sent out an official invitation to Brian Karam on Substack to come join us. So hopefully he will come here, because I'd like to see what were the questions he was asking Michael Cohen, and what was he doing with him on the podcast, because what I'm understanding from some of the people that were on that podcast, Brian Karam was doing a lot of, somebody saying he's live now. Folks, if anybody, by the way, do me a favor, if there's anybody still somehow could go to watch Michael Cohen right now, can somebody jump over there while there's with Brian, because he blocked me, so I can't go over there, and invite Brian Karam to come over here so he could explain to us and explain.
Just tell him we're waiting.
Yeah, tell him we're waiting, because we want to understand why is he what is he doing investigative journalism? Because yesterday there was another drop. We had another Epstein drop, and you know what? Michael Cohen's name was in that drop also, folks. Just think about it. Yeah, we had three we had three drops, and we had in each one of them Michael Cohen's drop. And you know the crazy part? He keeps saying release the files. I don't know what he's waiting for. Is there something he's waiting for? But every time he asks for the files to be released, his name keeps getting dropped in the files, which we're going to talk about. So there's a lot to talk about. But for all of our warriors out there that want to go out, and please go out there, go on, if he's live, go join there and tell him that we are here, we are live, we are having coffee and tea. There's a lot of us. We're going to have thousands of people that would like to hear Brian Karam, what it is that he is, asking Michael Cohen about the Epstein files. So we'll get to that. So, but before we get to that, because you have, I don't know how much time you have. So why don't you give us a quick, maybe a 5 minute, tell us the latest, what's going on, because once we jump into the Epstein, Cohen, and Georgia, we have a lot of stuff going on here. I mean, Tulsi Gabbard in Georgia, election, they're trying to steal the elections right now. They're trying to cover up the Epstein files. They're trying, there's so much shit going on. I can't even
try to indict Obama.
The Clintons they're going after, and that's why one of the things mentioned the petition. Thank you, Lev's Army. Sign the petition, folks. We already have over almost 11,000 signatures. So just so you know, February 12th, I'm going to be in D.C. meeting with Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, also Congressman Ro Khanna, also other congressmen, there Raskin and others, and I want to be able to come there with that petition. We're gonna, by the way, we're also adding names to the petition because as the drop has come out, we see that Elon Musk is all over the. He definitely needs to come in and explain to himself. There's also, people that are being named there that we're going to be adding to the petition, like Howard Lutnick. Howard Lutnick, that guy that came out and said that he was neighbors with Epstein, but would never walk in because they couldn't believe what people. Well, now we know that he was partying on the island, folks. Partying on the island with good old Jeffrey Epstein. Howard Lutnick.
Lutnick was on the island? No.
Lutnick. Oh, you missed a lot. You have no idea what's going on. Yeah. So there's a lot going on, and so we're gonna get to. So tell us, give us a rundown. What's going on in Greenland? What's going on in Europe? What's going on with talk to me.
Yeah. Well,
Denmark.
Denmark. Very fortunate to be with the team from the Save America movement and be part of the team, part of the crew, part of the ship that's part of the biggest resistance movement in the United States of America. That is spreading around the world, and we saw that today, Lev, in this incredibly moving, very solemn, very uplifting, very respectful march from the Castellet, which is the home of the original Danish military, which is right downtown Copenhagen. We were invited to walk with these beautiful veterans after they were summarily dismissed, and their sacrifice for America was summarily dismissed by Donald Trump. If you remember last week, how Donald Trump says, the Danish people, the NATO people, Canadians, people that died for 9/11, people that went to Afghanistan, people that went to Kandahar, after the United States kind of pieced out and said, we're going to go to Iraq and chase the oil. Let's leave all of our international partners behind. They suffered major losses, right? Denmark is per capita suffered the most losses. 20,000 people lost 44 men. Canada lost 158. And so, what people don't understand, which I really sort of, realized today, is this isn't a brotherhood. This is a blood oath that, the men and women in NATO military swore to each other. And as the lone Canadian contingent, to walk arm in arm, hand in hand with Americans from Better America. Mr. Riggleman was at the front, Denver Riggleman, former congressman, all around great man, was at the front literally protesting his own government, in a foreign land with another veteran, Mr. Ken Harbaugh, two incredibly valued, two incredibly virtued characters, people that are so ashamed of what the United States government stands for today, so ashamed of the cancer that is spreading across not just the United States of America, but that cancer is metastasized and it's made its way to Europe, and it's trying to break into Canada through Alberta. So that's another conversation altogether. We'll leave it and come back to it another time. But what's amazing here is we showed up to go to the U.S. embassy, which we did yesterday. And those Danish flags are currently in those potted plants, and that's what started this fight. It wasn't just the disrespect of the men and women in uniform from Denmark that showed up after, the United States triggered Article 5, Lev. It was the sacrifice that they made over the course of a decade, continued to make on behalf of the United States, and to watch, America's rapist felon in chief not just dismiss, but joke about those lives and that sacrifice by making dog sled jokes over the past few weeks, or, saying they hung back a little bit. That couldn't be farther from the truth. And,
Sick.
the amazing thing was the emotion today, Lev. We showed up to the Castellet with our team from the Save America movement. Would highly encourage everybody to go and consume the Save America movement. SaveAmerica.org is where you're going to be able to consume a bunch of that information. And follow them on Substack, Save America Movement. You can do that across all socials, and we'll have a real kind of spread of the entire day. But it was the shock that, a couple of things. The shock that, we came from as far away as we did, and the respect that we, and the grace and the love and the kindness and the open arms that these people who were insulted by the president of the United States in the most incredibly egregious manner. And, a couple of the things that happened today, Lev, that I want to share with you, because what you don't understand is this isn't just a war of rhetoric, is that we had real American patriots that swore an oath to the Constitution and still believe in that. And Congressman Riggleman and Ken Harbaugh show up with other American patriots who never went back to the United States. We walked with a guy named Dave, who's been here for 20 years. He goes, I'm not going back. And who's disgusted by their government. Watching these men and women carry flags, American flags, to try to repatriate their flag after, Donald Trump has turned it into effectively a hate symbol for a lot of people around the United States, and the looks that they got, and the questions that these American heroes, these veterans, took. It's kind of like this is how I kind of processed it, Lev. It was, when your kid does something wrong and the parent has to go and apologize, and the parent doesn't want to apologize, but they'll sit there
Yeah.
and eat the shit of the sins of the child, or they'll apologize on behalf of the child. That was nuclear today, and it's hard to explain because of, the way that the march went all the way to the U.S. Embassy, starting at the Castellet, which is a hallowed military ground here in Denmark. But as we were walking, and keep in mind, this is dead silent. There are no words. That was the name of the rally. No words. There are no
It's so
words to
crazy. It's so
describe the
crazy.
disrespect.
I'm just so sorry to interrupt you, but right now it just came across my screen, literally breaking in a stunning moment. Our NATO ally Denmark just held one of the largest anti-Trump protests we've seen yet. And the
In
video,
the world.
as you're saying this, Dean, I'm watching
Mhm.
this, right? I couldn't even believe they just popped up on my screen. Please continue, folks.
Yeah,
I'm going to put this video later. I'm going to share Dean, share with me your Substack letter so I could share some of the video. But folks, I'm watching
sure.
this. I can't even explain to you how many people have came out in Denmark to protest against Donald Trump. Oh wow, this is incredible. Go ahead, Dean. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're not interrupting. I'm glad that kind of came across. It's funny because it's so
Wow.
early there, but this was a few hours ago, and we were posting live. So if everybody goes to deanblundell.substack.com, you can literally see the crowd behind us, the crowd in front of us. And we were really, really fortunate to be honored guests here today with the Save America movement
Wow.
and the Danish Veterans Association with Congressman
Amazing.
Riggleman and Ken Harbaugh. So, it wasn't just an anti-Trump rally. It actually was kind of a pro pro-American in a way, not America that they knew, but we want our friends
It's kind of
back
the same
rally.
thing. It's kind of the same thing.
The yeah, the disrespect
Kind of the
has
same.
been, yeah, it is, but it is kind of the same thing. If you hate Trump, you love America because Trump doesn't represent what America is. And that's the thing that every single one of the the delegates, I guess you could call them, the people that have come here, whether it's I call him Riggs, so I'm just going to refer to Congressman Riggleman as Riggs, or Ken, or Malcolm Nance, who's coming tomorrow. It's the embarrassment and the shame that they each feel on behalf of their government, because this is not their government. This is not the oath that they swore. This isn't the blood oath that they swore to protect the NATO allies. And that in itself was an amazing thing to watch. Just the strength of the people that we brought from America, who are repatriating their flag. That was incredible. One of the underlying aspects of this too, and this today's rally, Lev, is going to go down in history as one of the most European ways to say "go fuck yourself" that you will ever see. The stoic nature of these people, freezing cold, tens of thousands of people. They thought they'd get 5,000, who silently left their businesses on the walk all the way from the Castellet to the U.S. Embassy. I'll get to the U.S. Embassy in just a second. All the people that closed their businesses, got off their bikes, dropped everything, and started to walk with us to the U.S. Embassy in complete silence. It made me so emotional. I was so moved by it that I cried for half of the walk.
Wow.
I was, and it wasn't tears of sadness. It was, oh my God, we're all together in the
Tears of
same place.
amazement, like amazing.
This mood, this anti-Trump movement, and for Americans and Canadians to show up on behalf of the Save America movement, I cannot believe the grace, the forgiveness, the love, and the relief. That one word is repeated every time we talk to somebody. It's the relief that these people feel to be seen. One of the conversations I had with Anders, and by the way, everybody here, his name's Anders. Just let you know, there's a lot of Anders here. I had a chat with Anders 62. 60th person I met was Anders. Good guy, yeah. What's that? Anders 69. Oh no, different Anders. It was a totally different Anders. Yeah, it was a totally different Anders. And so we get to the rally, and I'm sitting there talking to this guy Anders, and one of the things he said, which I think is really important for people in America to understand, and this is really a common theme, even in Greenland. A cab driver said this, is that we love America. We love America. We fucking hate the president. And I mean, I'm putting in my own words because I love to paraphrase and I'm me, but that's and the other thing they say is they're scared. They don't know how to talk to. We had a conversation with this young lady the other day. Denver and I went out for, we got here late. We went out for a quick drink, and when we met this place called Heidi's, we were sitting in this little area, and it turned into a mini town hall and a pub at like 1:00 in the morning. And yes, Sue, I did film it. If you go to deanblundell.substack.com, and you can watch it. Ken Harbaugh, Denver Riggleman, but most importantly, the central hub for all this content for everybody watching is the Save America movement. Anywhere you can find them on social, specifically on Substack. So make sure you subscribe. It's truly remarkable the work.
And I'll put it out there also. Send it to me definitely, and I'll share it with everybody.
Yeah, we
also
will.
Because I think this is, first of all, it's incredible. I mean, just hearing you and feeling the raw emotion that you guys must have felt. And I mean, especially being guests and representing what truly America is, because you guys came there truly as Americans and not, and standing there. I mean, I'm watching this. I can't even imagine. I see a sea of people just in the freezing cold to be able to have, how many was it, like over 20,000 people showed up, I think.
The conservative estimate's probably about 25,000, but I think it's significantly higher. Lev, we got to the U.S. Embassy, and I turned around, and I'm fairly tall, so I stuck my phone up and I filmed behind us, took a picture behind us where we came from, and you couldn't see the end of people. You couldn't see them. And then I looked in front of us, and that was the end of the barrier, and that was another half a kilometer the other way. And it was all the way from every shop, on one side of the street. These are 2-lane kind of roads all the way to the U.S. Embassy. And really important to remember, and I want to take you through the process. While there are now hundreds of Danish paper flags in that flower bed that Ken Howery ordered them removed. Ken Howery's a fucking loser, and I'll get to him in just a second. He's the ambassador here. to Denmark from the United States. Sorry, I just call it like I see it. Everybody's laughing at me. He's just a fucking douche. He's an incel. So, bottom line is that we show up, and there are hundreds of flags in there. So the Danish Veterans Association had a flag made up for each member that died, supporting the United States in whatever it was they were trying to do in Afghanistan. 44 of them. They read each person's name out loud. They had one flag each, represented by a mate, a friend, someone they served with, and they held this flag up. And the second they read the name, they jammed a giant flag into the same flower pot, into the same flower bed. Yeah, it was filled with tears. It was very solemn. And then there was 4 minutes of silence. And you know
Wow.
what was going on at the U.S. Embassy? It was right in front of the U.S. Embassy. You know what was going on? All the blinds were closed. Place was locked. Ken Howery was hiding. Ken Howery is a coward. Ken Howery had an opportunity 2 nights ago on TV2, which is the local broadcaster here, to apologize. And he was asked, does Donald Trump feel like he should apologize to the United States? He goes, I'm here for the people of Denmark, like an autotom. I'm here for the people of Denmark. I'm here. And here's what people don't understand about Ken Howery. Ken Howery is involved in this group called the Praxis group. We've talked about them. You know about them. He literally has 250 million of his own dollars sunk into investments and opportunities in Greenland because he wants to build some kind of weird mega incel city data center in the middle of Greenland. So he's only an operative. He is not an ambassador. He is not a diplomat. He is a Peter Thiel oligarch, loser, wannabe, and a coward. And he hid today in the U.S. Embassy. And I'll tell you something as a Canadian, the lone Canadian on his trip. My U.S. friends were absolutely respectful of everybody. My U.S. friends have been very moderated. They have watched their tone. I don't have to. I like to pick a fight, and I want to pick a fight with Ken Howery right now because we have Dr. Carolyn Bennett, who's the Canadian ambassador to Denmark, and I had a conversation with people in the Canadian embassy, and they're opening up a consulate in Greenland. I'm going to come back. I'm going to make Ken Howery a project of mine. We're going to tell people who Ken Howery is and the fact that he is just an investor into MAGA. He is just an operative in MAGA who has a massive vested interest in taking over Greenland. That is why he is the ambassador. He is not a diplomat. He's a dickhead. He's an incel. He's a moron. And that much is true. And it just like every single person that Donald Trump has surrounded himself with, right, Lev? Every single one of them is just part of the cacostocracy. They're woefully not just underqualified. They're not even in the realm of possibility of being qualified for the jobs that he gives them. And he
Yeah,
does
I
it for a
know,
purpose because he needs things from them. You know that. You've worked with him.
dude. It's all about the grift. It's all about the theatrics. I mean, sorry guys, let me just let my dog out before she starts crying here.
Yeah. Let your dog out.
No, the kids came home, so she was here with me, trying to spend a little time with you guys. For a lot of you are asking, that's Princess Peach. She is, she
Oh.
runs the house. She's a
So when she wants to go out, it's time to go out. Yeah.
yeah. Once you gotta go, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying to you. So, what's your plan there? So, what do you guys? What are your plans for the next when you're
Uh,
coming back? What's going on?
So, we're staggered in different aspects as far as when we're coming back. Obviously, we've got work tonight, and Denver's got a huge show coming up with Steve and the Save America movement, as does Ken. Ken in Denver here. This is Podcast Central tonight, Substack Live tonight, and then we come back, and then we get busy. We have a couple of projects. We're gonna hopefully have a presence in and around this area. We've got a bunch of work to do, and then we turn our focus to Alberta. And that's the beautiful part about working with the people that Save America. The Save America movement is in it they've got a duty to warn. And that's why they're going abroad, because they're going around cleaning up after Donald Trump. They're going around talking about the shame of having him as their president, what he's done to the relationships that we have curated over the past century. And not only that, but they're an international organization, and the official resistance. And I really truly believe the official opposition to Donald Trump. And we've got a Donald Trump, that cancer that metastasized. It's landed in Greenland. It's trying to come here, and you know what's going on in Canada. So that's what's next. What's next is to continue to support these people in ways that are really meaningful here specifically in Greenland and here in Denmark. And then we come back and we get busy, back in the United States of America, back in Minnesota, back in those beautiful United States of America and in Canada, because we've got a duty. We've got a democratic duty, my friend. You know that.
Oh,
It's our
absolutely. And
purpose.
by 100%. By the way, special shout out to Reed Galeen. He just joined us, another fighter for democracy, a true patriot. Reed, welcome to Love Remembers. A lot of people are saying hi. And for those of you that, talk about Michael Cohen, we'll get to Michael Cohen. I promise you. Oh, wow. I'm getting a call, actually. How do I do this? This is...
Go take the call.
Am I going to be, I'm not going to disconnect, right? Let me take the call and you continue going, Dean.
I
We'll
don't
see
know.
what happens.
All right. I'm the vamp. Everybody, Lev's going to take a phone call in the middle of Substack Live. And here's the thing about Lev. I'm going to let you know a little pro tip here. Lev is connected to people that are all around MAGA and Donald Trump. So when he has to leave a phone call, it's because he's getting some incredible intel that he's going to share with you in a way that sewers the man. That's awesome, right? Let's all say it together. That's awesome. I don't know when he's coming back. There we go. Now it's just me, ladies and gentlemen. Coffee and tea with Dean. No Lev. No Lev. I'm sure he's going to pick it up. But listen, I want to say something while I'm on Lev's Substack, even though he's dropped off, and I know he's going to try and pop back, and I'm sure he will. I want to thank all of you who have subscribed to deanblundell.substack.com. I want to thank all of you who trust me with your information for affirmation. I want to thank you for making this trip possible. And I also want to thank the good people at Save America movement. What's really become very clear to me in the past several months is that we as citizens are going to be the people that sort this out. We as human beings who love our allies and feel that blood oath that our countries have taken to each other since World War II. It's going to be us that does this, and it's never been more important to me. The United States is not going to do it. Our elected officials are not going to do it unless we change who those elected officials are. It's up to organizations like the Save America movement. It's up to people like myself, Ken Harbaugh, Denver Riggleman, Malcolm Nance, people that show up because it's really important. And when you don't show up, people don't know what you're worth. There he is. What'd you find out? What'd you find out, Dog? Can't hear you. Still can't. Kelly, how cold is it there, Dean? Kelly, it was minus holy shit today here in Denmark, which is why it was so incredible that tens of thousands of people showed up. And as Lev tries to find his audio, and Lev, we might have to restart for you to get your audio. So I'll finish and you might be able to restart and kind of keep going with some other folks. So we'll figure that out. But I do want to thank everybody because I've never seen solidarity like I saw today. Solidarity with Better America, solidarity with Canada, solidarity for democracy, and solidarity for the sacrifice that so many have made that Donald Trump is absolutely dumped on. And that solidarity was never more moving than it was today, and the sacrifice that so many, and how angry and how sad and how disappointed those words are that Donald Trump and his regime used to dismiss that sacrifice, something that is completely unfamiliar to him because he's a fucking loser. So I'm going to pop off. I want everybody to continue to watch Coffee and Tea with Lev and Dean. I might be able to pop back in. Obviously, Lev's having some technical issues. Cindy, Canada needs you, Dean. Don't worry, Canada's next on our hit list. I can promise you that. And when I say Canada, I mean the MAGA influence in Alberta. So we're going to go get them next. But thank you for making this possible. Thank you for being the smartest people on Substack. Thank you for all of your help, all of your support. Live from Denmark, it's Dean, deanblundell.substack.live. Please go and subscribe. Please share this. Please share the stories that you heard today with people. And last thing I'll say is this: we're also here to inform the European Union and our partners and our allies that Donald Trump is a sim. It's a lie. It's all a lie. Man, the relief in their faces is incredible. Thank y'all. Really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe and share, hit those hearts, hammer that box with that arrow. Come back into Coffee and Tea with Lev and Dean. He's got Ellie Leonard coming up, and he's got a huge Michael Cohen, and I'll try and pump into that. I'm going to make some room for Denver Rickleman and Ken Harbaugh. They're going to go and chat with Steve Schmidt, my boy Steve, over at the Save America Movement Substack channel. Give them a follow as well. Are we back? I don't think we're back. Bye, guys. I love you.